the Fresh Maker.
What is up, everybody? Ace here, and I am back. I have returned to the JFS, and I am standing inside my UHC betting shop because it is open. Nobody's done the bets yet. I haven't really announced that it's open yet, but it's open. So it'll probably be announced by the time this video is out. But we're going to be doing a lot of walking and talking because a lot's happened. I've been away for a little while, and want to kind of get you up to speed. So this might be a long video full of a lot of nothing. I don't really have any plans for this episode, but I'll walk around a bit, see if there's anything new. So, what was it? About a month ago, almost 2 months ago by now, I was doing the podcast that Joda hosted. I think we talked about UHC 19. Like the first episode had just come out. And so, yeah, after that podcast, I think I milled around for a bit, and then I went to take a shower, and when I came back, my computer had restarted, and thought it was a little odd, but not that big of a deal, because sometimes that just happens. So I turned it back on, and a few minutes later, it froze, and then I turned it back on, and it crashed again, and that's when I realized that something really bad had happened. I was getting the blue screen of death 4 out of 5 times, and then the 5th time would be like a freeze. And I spent the next few days just trying to do a bunch of stuff to try to fix it. I did a bunch of scans. I did I did virus scans. I did malware scans. I scanned like the hard drive and the RAM and all that. And it said my computer was fine. It even has a blue screen diagnostic that said there was nothing wrong. So that was annoying. And none of the fixes that I looked up seemed to do anything. So I basically was without a computer for the most part. For about a week I used my phone, and then I remembered my old laptop. I was a little bit hesitant to use it at first because I've had troubles with that as well, but I gave it a go, and turns out it's working alright. It's serviceable. I was able to log on to the server as long as I didn't do anything else, and I could do little things that weren't important. Otherwise, the game would crash, or the computer would crash. Well, it would freeze. So, but, yeah, so this is another thing that's going on. I gotta collect some stuff for that, so maybe that's the main thing we'll do, but we're gonna wander around a little bit first. As you can see, it's Christmas time, and, depending on when I upload this, I might splice in the opening of presents. Maybe I'll do it in a different video. Depends on how long this goes. So yeah, I got fed up for a while and was gonna get a new computer entirely because I'm not computer savvy. But after a little bit, I decided that I was going to save up for a new hard drive and a flash drive so I could download Windows 10, put it on the new hard drive, swap those out, and hopefully be back in action. And so that's what I did. I spent last night setting it all up, and I went through, well, first of all, added some trees. Just, there's a little bit that I did, the most notable stuff that I did out here. Let's go see how things are doing over here. Oh, what's this? Joda was here with a gift. Asus owes you 5 stacks of dirt. Well, I can get dirt from the ground, but that ain't no problem. So yeah, Yeah, I spent last night getting it set up. I was having some issues at first, but those issues ended up being, like, simple fixes. Like, I couldn't get Windows 10 onto my flash drive, and it turns out that I just needed to put it into a different USB port. And then I had trouble installing Windows 10 onto the new hard drive, but it turns out that the hard drive was just in the wrong mode. So yeah, that's what I did for my Friday evening, was getting that set up. I've had a couple hiccups in the beginning. It froze once and it blue screened once. I did a scan that found some stuff and hopefully fixed most of it. So it's been doing good today. Like, I've had it up all day and it's been running fine. So yeah, hopefully this means I'm back. And if it does, then I will see you at UHC Season 20. Before I talk too much about that, once I got my laptop up and running, I started doing some small editing projects. Just stuff to, like, keep me busy and contribute somehow to my channel. I did UHC battles for Season 19. I did an IRL version of my recap video for that season. A couple update videos. But I also did a UHC Season 20 player showcase, which it just kind of showed some highlights from a few players over the past 9 seasons. Mainly the first 4 or 5 on the leaderboard. I have one for Cookie set up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead with that one, because I don't know. I got my desktop back and all that stuff's on my laptop, so, and yeah, Cookie hasn't played on the server in a long time. Matter of fact, his channel has been wiped clean, so he's in college, I believe. So, unless he makes a surprise appearance for this season, I figured it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I didn't do the whole top 5. I was going to do the top 10, but then I was like, I only have enough time for the top 5 before Season 20. And now I think I'm going to bump it down to 4. So yeah, it seems people have enjoyed it. Those are probably going to be the only ones I do, but it's a nice little thing to keep me busy. Alright, we're back at base. Gonna take a look around, collect some stuff. We can prepare some Christmas presents. Toss that in there. I could give everybody a pufferfish. So yeah, speaking of UHC 20, that is going to happen on January 5th. And I've got the sign-up sheet ready to go, so if you haven't signed up yet, I would appreciate it if you did. That way I know who's going to be there. It's kind of important for this season because we are doing 2 teams this season. And Naxer and Killer are going to be the 2 respective team captains. Everybody else will be divided between the 2 teams via a draft, which is something that Shawson brought up at the end of, or in his recap of UHC 18. So, I don't have apples. Guess I know what I'm doing today. So yeah, I thought that was a good idea. Offered it up, and it was like 3 to 1. No, it was like yeah, it went 75% to 25%. So, unfortunately, so I know Naxer's not too excited about that because the whole, don't want to offend anybody for picking them last. I don't believe anybody will get, I don't believe they'll take it personally, but it's an understandable worry. So we're also going to further divide the teams into pairs to start the game. That way things are less chaotic in the Discord chat. That should reduce the chaos and make for an interesting season, I think, because you have to decide if you're going to use all those resources for yourself or for your team captain. So, interesting stuff. I'm not sure how we're going to teleport everybody to start the season, because an easy way to teleport teams is to put them into the right color and then teleport everybody based on that. So we're either going to teleport people I think the two ways that we could do it is either A, we have everybody get into their pairs, and then not further split, but select a temporary color, and then everybody will be teleported, and then Lemons would have to manually switch everybody back to the team captain's colors before we start, which might be the easiest way to do it. Option B would be to teleport everybody individually, and then teleport the one partner to the other, which would be a little bit more complicated and would probably take more time. So I'm just wandering back and forth right now. Maybe I could just give him some bows or something. Oh no, wait. Make me a golden. I have specific apples for this very purpose. I'll put these back. Alright, how many of these can I do right off the bat here? Not much. And then these I gotta do manually because they're not the same name. So I can do another 5. So it looks like we're digging for gold. I'll go down to the strip mine. I don't know if I've shown how much mining I have done. I tried to do an episode back when my computer was starting to crash, and it crashed, so. But this is my melon farm, automated. This is my strip mine. Pretty good. Really good. No gold down here. Unless I got some in one of these. No. Do got lots of random gubs though. I'll need that. Guess I'll put this note in here. I guess I could just dig while I talk. I don't really know which way I'm going though. I guess I could dig that way. So yeah, season 20 is gonna happen, and again, it looks like I will just barely be able to make it. Seems like every season there's like something that makes me nervous, and this is probably the biggest issue. I was like, uh-oh, I'm probably not gonna make this one. But of course, it's all dependent on my computer not crashing between now and then. It's the 22nd, so we have a couple weeks to make sure that doesn't happen. So, I think those are the main Minecraft and YouTube stuff. We have an overviewer now, which is good. Weather left after season 19. It's not often that we get people who announce their departure from the server. Usually people just play until they're done, and then they just stop showing up. I think the last person that actually announced that they were going away was Posh and Pie, which was season 4, I want to say. So, it's been a while since someone's actually bid themselves farewell. I know Weather's been kind of off and on about it for a while, but hopefully whatever he's doing, he's enjoying life, and as a WWE would say, wish him the best of luck in his future endeavors. Shame I didn't get to kill him in season 19 though. Almost did it, but but yeah, it happens every so often. So I think those are the main update stuff. Life update is, besides the computer stuff, not really much has been going on. Work has become this monotonous thing where I'm just kind of going through the motions and, you know, existing until we clock out, and then that's when my day really starts, is when I come home and do absolutely nothing for the rest of the night and then go to bed. And, you know, wait for that one day a week where I can sleep in, because I open pretty much every day, except Sundays, so at least that's how it's supposed to be if people weren't quitting. We had somebody who was going through some tough times, so him quitting is kind of somewhat understandable. Can't really get mad at him for it, but still meant that I was the opener for the days that I wasn't scheduled to open. So yeah. But besides that, not much has been going on. Oh yeah, my Thanksgiving vacation was the biggest thing that we missed talking about. So I uploaded a vlog video recently. I kind of messed it up, and I talked about my vacation. So I uploaded it right away, and I realized I was talking about UHC 20 before the voting was done, and so I took it down and then posted it again a few days later, and there's some gold. And because of that, I don't believe it ended up in anybody's newsfeed. It definitely didn't end up on our content feed on Discord. So, but yeah, I took a vacation to see my family for Thanksgiving. My original intentions were to stay Thursday through Sunday. Drive down Thursday, stay with my mom Thursday into Friday, and go see my dad Friday into Saturday, and then I guess leave on Sunday after trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my Saturday. I ended up taking Saturday out of, or I ended up reducing my vacation to leave on Saturday instead of Sunday. And then when I got there, I actually ended up going home on Friday. The drive home was pretty, or the drive down was pretty uneventful for the most part. There was a lot of almost sideswiping people. I was almost a part of 2 of those incidences. There's people not paying attention. They go to change lanes, and I'm still there, and so yeah. But that was kind of the only exciting thing about driving down. I took the interstate down, and there's hardly any traffic, except for Atlanta, and even then, we were moving. You know, didn't have to stop at all for traffic. And then I stayed with my mom and my grandparents on Friday. We had Thanksgiving dinner. That was it was a small dinner. It was supposed to be just my mom and I, but my grandparents actually made it home from their little trip, a few minutes after I got there. So we all had a quick little dinner, and I stayed the night there. And then I went to see my dad, and I was going to stay the night with him at his place, and ended up not doing that. I guess my dad was kind of busy with some errands and stuff. I was kind of hoping we could stick around, watch a hockey game or something, and then I could stay the night and then leave Saturday. But ended up leaving on Friday afternoon, left at 3 o'clock, and ended up taking Highway 441 home instead of the interstate, and that created a whole new adventure. It was yeah. So I took the interstate up to Lake City and had my second almost sideswipe moment of the vacation. Within a minute of getting on the interstate, somebody tried to do that. So, and then I got to Lake City, hopped off, got on 441, and from that point on, it was raining to some degree, for the entire trip back. What started as a drizzle became a pretty steady, pretty heavy rain after a while. But it was drizzling for the first part, and the beginning part of 441, going from Florida into part of Georgia, is nothing. You got these straight roads going on for 5-10 miles apiece, and then little turn here, little turn there, but not much else. And nobody's on the roads except for me and this one other person, who I could have passed at any time, but I decided to ride along together, and we were like that for a few hours. Fast forward to, I think it was Augusta. Yeah, it's raining a little bit more, and they have a loop road that goes around the outside of the city, and so I was gonna get on that loop. I thought it was gonna be your standard on-ramp where it kind of sweeps into the highway, because it was set up like that. It was set up like an interstate, except for the on-ramp, which was a sudden right turn. And I took it a little too fast and found myself slamming on the brakes, trying not to run into the guardrail, but luckily I was able to turn at the last second. Just took my foot off the gas, or foot off the brake. I definitely took my foot off the gas, but I took my foot off the brake. I had the wheel turned in the direction I wanted to go, a little more, until it caught. And yeah, a little show for the people watching me so they can call me an idiot. But yeah, so, and then I reached Clayton, which is a place that my family and I, my dad, my stepmom, my brother, and myself, we all visited back in my senior year of high school. It was kind of neat to drive through there again. It was the middle of the night, though, so I didn't see much of anything, but it was pretty cool. But the big highlight of that trip home was arriving to a part of 441 that went through the mountains, only to find that this part was closed. Either because of the weather, or because it was nighttime, or because it's winter, or any combination of the three. Either way, I could not go that way anymore. So I had two choices: either stay the night in the town that there's right there, or I could find another way around. And I ended up finding another way around to get to Interstate 40. But the highway that takes you there takes you right up in through the mountains, through part of it at least, and so it took me like way up in there. So I was doing this white knuckle driving in the middle of the night with the heaviest rain so far, and luckily made it through safe and sound. Got on the interstate, drove the rest of the way home, made it home at about 4 a.m., which is about when I expected to get home. I probably could have saved an hour or two if I could have gone the way I intended to, but whatever. I made it, so that was probably the biggest highlight of everything. Yeah, so my finances are okay. I've got some overtime from my last paycheck, as well as some overtime coming up for my next paycheck, which happens on New Year's Day. So all that is looking good. Yeah, that's about it. 3 paycheck month coming for January. So that's everything I wanted to talk about. Kept it under 30 minutes. So yeah, just wanted to say I'm back, get things caught up. So yeah, if anybody's looking to attend UHC 20 on January 5th, sign up sheets in the announcements tab. So just kind of put your name in there somewhere. But and UHC betting is open, so go bet. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.